Hi everyone, welcome to today's practice. Another week and another yoga with the Berry Student Massive. Congratulations if you've clicked on the video and decided to dedicate an hour to a self-practice. As I said last week, this is the hardest bit done. So the next invitation is to lay down, and you can lay down in whatever way is most comfortable for you. If you have blankets and things, use them to support your body. And if you're not feeling 100% today, just have that in your mind, or have that in your energies as you practice, so that you practice in a way that honours how you're feeling today. So let's start by coming down, bringing some padding maybe beneath the head, maybe beneath the lower back. You can start with the feet flat on the floor, or if you're feeling very flighty today, you can release the heels all the way away. Maybe even bring the backs of the hands to the floor and let the palms be open to the sky. And this position is called Shavasana. Another name for this position is corpse pose, which sounds quite morbid, but actually a corpse pose is intended to let you rest so deeply that when you emerge from this rest, it's as though you have been born again or risen again from the dead. So nothing too spooky happening here, but an opportunity maybe just to check in with how you're feeling. And for those of you who are struggling to settle on the floor in this way, make space for yourself to feel comfortable. Bring the feet to the floor maybe, place the hands on the belly perhaps. Feel the spine drop down into the earth. Feel the heavy head resting on the earth, and just really allow for the head to let go. And as the weight of the head lets go, maybe you could take your mental awareness to what's happening inside the skull as the brain relaxes. The left and the right side of the brain gently moving towards the back of the skull and taking a break. Maybe you've been doing lots of work, maybe there's still work to be done, but at this moment, we're allowed to just let all of that rest for a time. Feel into how the body is experiencing this position, the ground, maybe even the space around you, or the places where all of this space around you creeps beneath your body, beneath your knees, beneath the lower back, back of the neck. And get a sense of the arrangement of your body and where your body is right now, how it looks as it lays down, where in the room your body is laying. Balancing this invitation to do absolutely nothing with the really deep awareness of where your body is and how your body feels. And as you take this time, you might notice or begin to notice that some parts of the body don't feel so good. Maybe there are tense, maybe there is even discomfort or pain. Notice what is presenting itself as you become quiet and still. Maybe if you haven't already, you could take a second to close the eyes and notice if this helps you to feel anything more happening in the body. Maybe your body feels really rested and you can begin to feel the breath. And even if the body isn't totally rested, maybe you could still just bring your attention onto the flow of the breath in and out through the nose or through the mouth, if you're congested like many people will be at this time of year. Feel the breath coming in and feel the breath going out, and know that this is plenty, that you're doing everything you need to be doing right now. Just breathing, releasing the body, the bones, the muscle and the soft tissue. And as your focus moves to the breath or stays with the breath, You might hopefully get a sense of everything that's come before this moment, just moving off gently to the sides or into the margins. Every now and then the thoughts and the feelings and the to-do list and the revision list and all of that will start to creep back in, and that's natural. Just go back to the breath, feel the breath in the nostrils. And if you can, start to follow the breath into the body. Where does the breath travel to? How does the breath move you? We'll spend a couple more minutes here on the breath. Watching it enter, watching it leave, or maybe even beginning to find a little bit of equilibrium. Can you start to let the breath be equal in counts, matching the length of the breath in to the breath out? Slow down your heart rate, your blood pressure. Give the body one last chance now just to relax completely. Relaxing completely. And then on an inhalation, we're going to take the hands and the feet and start to stretch the toes and the fingers and the spaces between them. And then as we breathe out, we squeeze the hands into fists and clench the toes. And we'll continue like this, trying now to bring the movement into the breath. Some of you may have found the breath slowing down. Others of you might still feel that the breath is untamable, a bit wild. That's okay. Let's see if with movement we can start to calm the breath, use the breath to steady the body. So we'll just find some space between the toes, between the fingers, and then make this movement a bit bigger now. And as you inhale, we'll take a big overhead stretch. Maybe reach the heels away. Celebrate the full length of your body. Experience what it is to go right to the edge of the stretch and then relax the shoulders, the head, the pelvis, the heels. Take a big breath into the side ribs. Good. As you breathe out, think about your belly button and pull your belly button to the ground and see if that helps draw you all the way back in. Knees to the chest, hands to the shins. Give yourself a hug, maybe a rock from side to side. Trying to create a bit of space in the lower back. Some of you will spend quite a lot of time sitting down, and that can put strain on your lower back. So give it a hug now, give it some love. And then keep your hands hugging around just the right shin, the right leg, and sail the left leg away. Good. Once the left heel has landed down, just let yourself experience the whole weight of this right side of the leg and the right side of your buttocks, your Beyonce bottoms. Maybe you might even sense into the kneecap or the back of the right knee. Relax your jaw. Take a moment here just to relax the throat, the tongue. Good, and then begin to stretch this leg up towards the sky. Now, if you need the left foot on the floor to help you here, place the left foot down, start to massage up towards your ankle, bending the knees. If you have monkey arms, really long arms, that's fine. You can keep the legs straight, but if you need to bend the knee, then do. Hold on around the back of the leg, and let's turn into the ankle. Releasing the ankle, starting to energize the body. Really nice and carefully take those circles the other way. Continue to let your spine drop down into the earth. Good, and then we'll bend the right knee and bring the ankle just over onto the opposite leg. And this might be a far enough position for you to feel a good stretch. You might not need to go further than this. Breathe down into your belly. Or lift the left foot off the floor and wrap your hands around the back of that left leg. Encouraging now a stretch into this right hip and the glute muscles How does it feel to wake those up with a little bit of a stretch? Breathe into the places where you're finding that there is tension. Try to use the breath out to unlock space in the belly as the belly button moves towards the ground, but also space at the front of the hips so that the legs can come further towards you. When you reach the edge of your stretch, just breathe, relax your jaw, take a moment to relax the face. Try to be soft, no pushing, no forcing. Good, as you breathe in, relax the foot to the floor. Stretch the leg up all the way up to the sky. Keep your pelvis down on the ground and slowly release this right leg. Letting it go long, nice and slow. When it comes down, slide that heel towards you, catch both knees, and then take some time just to create some circles here with the knees, froggy leg circles with the knees. And what we're doing here is we're working the thigh bone, the femur within the hip socket. Change the direction of that flow now, coming back the other way with those circles. And these might be really big circles, might be really small circles. It's really not about the size of the movement, but more about the feeling inside. After one or two more, give yourself another hug around the shins. Bring the knees together, big toes kiss, and we rock. And celebrate the sides of the body. All the while the head and the brain and the pelvis are resting down. Keep the hands on the left leg. Let the right leg go all the way long. Take that beautiful diagonal stretch, breathing into the belly and feeling how the belly and this left thigh are communicating. Feed into the front of the left hip. Try to keep the breath moving all the way down into your Buddha bellies, into your soft bellies. Let them be soft. Let the belly be relaxed. Straighten the left leg when you're ready. You can bring the right foot to the floor to help you. And as you massage in, you're using touch and contact to let the muscles in the body know that we're friendly, that we come in peace. And then as you wrap the hands around the back of this left leg, we'll turn 3 times one way with the ankle. Notice the difference here on this side. And then circle back the other way. Maybe with the eyes closed, maybe looking right at this foot as it makes its rounds. Bend the knee, bring the left ankle just onto the opposite leg. And before you go anywhere, settle back through the torso. Feel the places where your body touches the ground and really anchor down through those. Or lift the right foot off the floor and bring the hands behind the leg. Encourage an even deeper stretch now. And this left side of the hips and the bottom. Notice what's happening for you in the face. Have you suddenly become really frowny in the face, or is there clenching in the jaw, the teeth? Is there anything you can do to soften the face? Maybe thinking happy thoughts. Don't let those happy thoughts let you fly away too soon. We're still just rooting down into the ground. Inhale to the belly. Good, exhale, bring the right foot back down, stretch the left leg all the way up into the sky. Give yourself a moment here, and then release the leg down, nice and slow. Slide the heel in towards you. Catch the back of both thighs now. Start to encourage a little rock up and down the spine. And this rocking is really healthy for the spine, but also give us a moment to just wake up, shake up. Might be in the morning. Maybe it's after a really long day and the back of the body wants a chance just to get some attention, and this rocking could take you all the way up onto your bottom, where we will sit for a moment and take a look at the legs. Bring the feet directly under your knees. Start to stack your upper body so that your pelvis is rooted, your navel is above your pelvis, your heart above your navel, right up through the center of the neck, the upper palate of the mouth, the crown of the head. Imagine, or maybe even take the hands and tie an imaginary thread to the top of your head, and then release it up high into the sky, and see if that helps you to maintain this sense of lift up through your body, like you're sitting down to sit up. And take a breath here. Let the hands come in towards your belly button, as if you're ready to catch something really cool from the sky. Space at the underarms, at the armpits. Hopefully you've had a chance to make sure they're smelling really good. Turn to look to the left. Relax the throat, the jaw, all the way down the front of the body. Good, come back through the middle and across to the opposite side, having a look to the right. Maybe having a look at something in the room that you've not seen before or not looked at for a while. Inhale to center. Feed these fingers now back and through, past the waist and the side ribs. Point them to the back of your room or the back of your mat, and then tip the head over to the left. And let the weight of this 10-pound head stretch out the side of the neck for you. You can close your eyes. Come back through center and the opposite way. Reach through those fingers, don't forget them. We woke them up very early in our practice. I want you to keep your fingers active. Relax the shoulders down. Good, come back to center. Open your palms up to the sky now. Open up across the chest. Imagine that the thread you tied to your head is now tied to a helium balloon underneath the heart. You're lifting up to the sky from your heart space. Good, and we'll start to circle the head. Like you're drawing a circle on the sky or on the ceiling with the crown of your head. A couple of times one way. And stop when the chin is down towards the chest. And then reverse those circles. Or spirals. Or triangles or squares. Whatever you feel that's happening here. Just notice the movement in the neck. The space at the throat. And then relax the hands down onto the knees. Start to loop the shoulders a couple of times here. Now this looping of the shoulders relieves some tension that might have developed over the course of the day. It also helps us to build up heat. And at this time of year, building up heat internally, inside, really great way to fight off the winter bugs and the winter cold. You're going to take those circles back, looping the shoulders forwards or the opposite way. One or two more. Good. Relax the shoulders. Switch the legs around, little switcheroo with the legs so that you're nice and balanced in your approach to your practice. Find your sit bones, the bony parts of your pelvis once more, and then we'll open our wings, stretch out through the fingers. Breathe in, really reach through the fingertips. Good, and then as you breathe out, we're going to take one hand up to the sky, one hand down to the ground. Bend the elbows, see if the fingers can find one another, and if they can, great. And if they can't, find hold of your t-shirt, or just let the hands rest on the back of your body. And try as much as possible to keep the chest open as you breathe. Breathing into the underarms, into the side ribs. Relaxing any tension that there might be in your jaw, especially if this position isn't comfortable for you. If you're grasping or you're forcing, this is going to affect your breath. This is going to affect the expression on your face, and we want to relax. So take a breath in here, and then we'll release. Nice and gently, can we come all the way across to the opposite side. Stretch through the arms, and take this position now, opening the chest, stretching through the shoulders. And I don't know about you, this side feels very different for me. I can't find my fingers at all, but that's okay, because it still feels lush to open up the front of the body. I don't need the left of my life, the right side of my body to do the same things. I can appreciate them for being different, just as we all are. So wherever you are in your body, find your way back to your breath. If you can breathe in right down into the little space right beneath the belly button, down in the belly, the lower abs. Good, relax the arms. Give yourself a nice big hug across the front of the chest. Stretch out the legs ahead of you. And as you release the arms, I want you to tap the legs all the way down. And then swing the legs over to the side and come over onto tabletop. So today's practice is all about trying to find space for breath in the body. When we get cold, we tend to bunch up and become really tense, and that stops us from breathing very well. That slows the circulation down. So feel into the chest. Feel the way the chest is supported here on the wrists, on the knuckles, into the fingertips. Tug the shoulders a little bit back from the ears, lift up out of the shoulders, and take a moment just to feel all of your weight unloading down through these straight lines, through the arms, into the wrists, from the hips down into the knees. And then start to take the hips from side to side, so it's as if you're moving your spine into a C shape or into a crescent moon on each side. And again, this might be a very, very small movement, or maybe it can be a really big movement that allows for the ribs to fan out on one side and to contract or to concertina at the opposite side. Relax the neck. Let the head and the neck just follow the rest of the spine. Don't let them lead or go rogue, renegade, head and neck. Slow it down. Come back to neutral, looking towards the ground. Release the wrists if you need to, anytime you need to. And once you have the wrists back beneath the shoulders, you're going to round up through the back of the body like a Halloween cat. Drop your tailbone to the space between your knees, the crown of the head to the space between your hands. Inhale and reverse the action now, so you're lifting your tail up to the sky, opening your heart and shining the light of your heart to the front of your mat. 3 more times this way. Exhale, push through the hands, round through the spine, stretch the back body. Inhale, dip the belly, stretch out the front of the body, shoulders back from the ears. 2 more. Take your time and flow with this really steady, controlled breath. Feel into all the parts of the spine, like this movement is a wave making its way up and down the vertebra, out through the tailbone, up and out through the crown of the head. And then relax all of that back into neutral spine. Release the wrists if you need to, as you need to. Anyone that does have wrist issues or feels that this is too much, you could always be on fists instead, or you can come down onto forearms if you prefer. You can have a little healthy mix of all of those if you like. Okay, so let's release the left foot back now and stretch out the left leg. Nice big stretch. Keep the chest over the wrists. Slide the opposite fingertips forwards, those right fingertips. Again, steady yourself, find your balance. Connect to the belly, the navel, the core. Inhale, lifting when you're ready, finding maybe a little bit of wibbly wobbliness. That's okay. Maybe feeling really strong like a lion or like a tiger, which is what this pose is called. From here, wrap the right hand all the way around. See if you can catch the left foot. This helps to open up the chest, but also the hip. Steady yourself. Find your midline. Inhale. Exhale, release down. Take a moment to sit the hips back. Big toes together. Bottom all the way back to the heels, melting the front of the body to the ground. Head can come down, or we can stack the fists and rest the head there. Giving the chance for the body to come back into symmetry. And just tracking back to the breath, taking some time to steady the breath. Use a breath in, an inhalation to spread the fingers, the hands, the arms, stretch out ahead of you. Use the next inhalation to rise back up to tabletop. Send the right leg back, stretch out the toes, the arch, the back of the leg. You can get a bit of movement going here if you like that, if that helps you. Energize the hamstrings, the calves. And the legs are really important. They return the blood to the heart, so we need them to be active and strong. Or we can end up feeling quite sluggish. Left fingertips slide forwards. Now in this position, you're still working your balance, you're still working your muscles. You don't have to go any further. But you can, if you feel balanced, inhale and lift and find that diagonal line across the body, that stretch. From the left fingertips all the way back into the right heel. Swing the left hand out to the side, catch the right foot. Opening into the left side of the chest now. And try not to dump your weight on one side of the body. Spread the weight evenly. Share the weight. Inhale here. Exhale, right knee beneath the hip. Left wrist beneath the shoulders. Tuck under your toes. And press back and up through the sit bones. You're lifting your knees, but you're keeping the knees bent as we practice just extending the spine here. Or lengthening the spine. We're trying to reach up and back. Through the sit bones and the tailbone, down through the crown of the head. Then we maybe can begin to release one heel at a time towards the floor, stretching out the back of the legs, bringing some energy into the back of the legs. On your next breath in, we'll relax the knees to the ground. Exhale, sit back, child's pose. Imagine the back of your body is like the sail of a ship. You're breathing into the sail of a ship. Hopefully it doesn't let you fly off or sail off too soon. Still got a little bit of work to do here as you inhale. We'll come to tabletop. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift the knees, press the hips up and back. Maybe we can start to bring the legs now into a little bit more flexion. We're trying to straighten the legs. We are breathing into the belly. And really allowing now for fresh blood flow down into the chest and down into the head. What feels good for you here today? Walking the hands now in towards the feet. Catch the elbows in your palms. Relax your head, relax the shoulders. Take a little swing here. Trying to create length in the muscles at the back of the body. Use your twinkly fingers and pace your way forwards, back into downward facing dog. Stretching out or trying to stretch out the back of the body, back of the legs, spine. Shoulder blades, walking now the feet towards the hands. Coming in. Sweep the hands up towards the knees and really allow for the spine now to lengthen. Imagine that thread tied to your head, pulling you forwards. Breathing out, bow generously and deeply. Ragdolling then up through the spine, gently, one part of the spine at a time. And once you come up, we can spend a moment or two just finding the feet. So bringing the feet to touch or with the feet hip width apart, especially if you don't feel particularly balanced today, keep your feet spread. Breathe in, let's lift the arms all the way up. If you feel comfortable in the head and the neck to look up, that can be nice too. As you open the throat, we're awakening the whole body here. Reach up through the fingers, shake out the wrists, bring some life into the arms. And then either with the hands facing each other or the palms together, let's stretch out the side body. Keep rooted to the ground through the soles of the feet. And as you breathe out, we'll tip from one side to the other. Inhale, reaching skyward. Exhale, let's take one more visit to each side. Then let the hands come down into the heart space. Find your way to the front of the mat if you're not already there, so that we can warm the body up with some sun salutations. toes pointing forwards, shoulders looping up towards the ears and then relaxing down the back of your body towards the heels. Find that gentle lift from beneath the heart, the lift at the top of the head. So it's as though the energy is moving up and down the body. We're staying grounded, but at the same time we're lifting, we're finding that lift. And we'll continue to find that lift now up through the fingertips, reaching them to the sky. Exhale, reaching those fingertips down to the ground and seeing how it feels now just to fold forwards. Soft knees. Inhale, peel your way up off the ground. Let those fingertips reach all the way up to the sky, stretching the armpits, stretching out the side waist. Exhale, rain those fingers down to the ground, checking in with the toes, checking in with the inner arches of the feet. Slide the hands up to the knees or up to the thighs and lengthen the spine. Exhale, roll the spine back down and we'll either step or jump the feet back into plank. Find a little rocking motion here as we build up momentum, but also build up that inner resilience, to continue on with this practice. Relax the knees to the ground. Hook the ankles, hug the arms in, and as you bend the elbows, bend them to the back of your mat. Relax the body to the floor, then the tops of the feet. Inhale to cobra. Use your upper back. Snakes don't have hands, so if you want to practice this, take the hands off the ground and see how far you can lift away from the earth in the back. Bring the hands down, tuck the toes under, and press all the way up and back into downward facing dog. And take your time to get there, because we're going to pause when we do. See if we can direct a real nice big inhale to the front of the hips. And then as we breathe out, we're going to slide this left knee and left foot forwards between the hands. Relax down onto the right knee. Inhale, lift the body away from the floor and away from this left leg. Continue then to breathe in and reach the arms up to the sky. Find this lovely sense of lift from the heart again. And then we'll relax now the hips forwards and down. Take the hands across the body. So this right hand comes all the way across the body, almost like it's going beyond the front of the mat to the outside edge, giving us a bit of a twist. You don't have to take too big a twist here. If you want to relax that arm back, you can. Or you can reach through the fingers. Use the breath out to come spiraling back through the spine, fingertips down, draw the heart forwards. Step back into plank. Find maybe that little rocking motion coming through our chaturanga practice, knees down, ankles hook. Take a breath in. Use the breath out to lower with control to the belly, to the hip points. Relax the feet to the earth. Peel away from the ground, cobra. Keep that energy back through the legs. Exhale, fold. Tuck the toes. Come onto the hands and the knees and then reach back. Downward facing dog. Every time we breathe to the front of the hips, we make space in the belly. We also allow for the hamstrings to relax. On a breath out, slide forwards with the right foot. Come down on the left knee. Inhale, rise up away from the floor. Continue up with the arms. There is this lift up through the upper body as the hips move forward and down. Left hand now comes across the body, beyond the front edge of your mat, finding a twist, massaging the organ body, the soft body. Don't forget to breathe, so take a nice breath here. Using the breath out, we come back, rotating through the spine, fingers to the floor. Draw the upper back forwards and the heart, as if there's something amazing over there. I would have said Leonardo DiCaprio, but I don't think he's going to be floating many boats anymore, maybe, whoever it is. We're reaching the heart forwards, but sending your feet back, plank pose. Inhale here. Go back to what we were doing before, or lower the whole body down on an exhale. Tops of the feet come down, inhale, lifting away. Can we come into a deeper back bend? Breathing out, fold towards the earth, tuck the toes, press the energy of the bottom up and back, downward dog. Let your body's intelligence have a seat at the table here. Turn off the thinking mind. Feel into this upside down position, this different perspective that you have on the space on your body. And then walk or step the feet to the hands. Fold generously. Let your belly come towards your thighs as you relax down. Using the breath in then to rise all the way up. Sweep the hands, the fingertips all the way up. Exhale, bringing them down into the heart space. Preparing to go again. Exhale, fingers to the floor, shoulders relax down. Inhale, scoop the energy up, bring the energy beneath the palm, between the palms, and then we fold all the way to the earth. Sweep the hands up to the thighs, stretch out the spine, press back through the sit bones. Breathe out, navel to spine, fold and roll down to the ground, and we'll step back into plank pose again. Find that bit of momentum, rolling over the toes. Inhale here, exhale, coming down to the ground. Tops of the feet to the floor, inhale, cobra. Wriggle those shoulders down, away from your ears. Exhale, relax to the floor. Tuck the toes, press the sit bones up and back. Downward facing dog, and now we're starting to build up some heat. And this is familiar for the body, we've been here before. Press the right heel down into the ground, lift the left leg off the floor. Exhale, bring the knee in, close to the chest, step that left foot forwards. Bring the right knee down, As you breathe in, we're going to peel away from the ground. We're going to lift the shoulders back, take the fingertips behind us, stretch out the front body. No need to back bend, just open the front body. And breathing out and release. Use the fingers to stabilize you. Hook under your toes, back toes. Come up into a high lunge. You can stay here, or you can invite your hands into your heart. And yes, it's wobbly. It's good. You're firing up your legs, your stabilizers. So as you breathe out, send your energy down through your legs into your feet. Good. Inhale here, lift the arms. Exhale, same action, twisting to the left. Twist to the left. Reach through the fingers, or keep your arms bent if it's easier for you. Come back, twisting through the middle. Fingertips to the floor. Step back, plank. Inhale here. Exhale, this time we're going to come down as low as we can, but not to the floor. Push the body through the hands. Slide into upward facing dog. An upward facing dog means that you are on the tops of your feet, almost like a hammock. Wrists under your shoulders. Breathe in. Breathing out, pressing back and up, downward facing dog. Nice big breath to the bottom of the belly. And on the breath, that right foot comes forwards. Left knee down. Inhale, come away from the earth. Take the fingertips behind you. Elbows can be really soft and bent as you stretch the front of the body. Or you can direct them down. Taking even more space now across the heart. Big breath in. Breathing out, relax it down. You're using your fingers to stabilize it. You turn under the toes. Press through the back heel. Use the energy of that back leg to come into your high lunge. Breathe out and down into the feet. Both feet have their toes pointing forwards. We inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, twist to the right. Soft elbows can really help. Keep a little bit of softness, I guess, in the chest, or you can reach through the fingers. Focus on the energy of the legs. Inhale here. And as you breathe out, wrap yourself all the way back to center. Fingertips to the floor, stepping back into plank. Inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows lower towards the ground. Continue to breathe out as you slide the hands, or slide through the hands. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feeling into the back of the legs, noticing if there's anything different there now. What do you feel that's different? Take the left leg and reach it all the way up into the sky. Step it forwards between the hands. This time we're going to lift up into a warrior one. So bring your back heel down. You can walk the hands up this left leg, or you can use the energy of the fingertips as they reach forwards to take you up. Hands come into the heart space. Finding warrior one, really feel the back heel, but your front knee is bent. So there's a stretch in this back leg. Stable here in the front. You're going to use all this stability now for a balance. So think into the left foot, feel into the left foot, shift your weight into the left foot. Come onto the ball of the right one. You can keep the toes down all the way through, or you can believe in yourself and look forwards and never back as we lift off into warrior three, or the closest I'm going to get you to flying. Spread your wings maybe. Press the palms down into the energy of the air around you. And continue looking forwards and not back. Step those right toes down, right heel down. Inhale, swing the arms to the sky. Lift the giant beach ball above your head, open your heart. Good, coming forwards, coming down. Through your vinyasa, so stepping back plank. Coming down through chaturanga. Slide forwards, upward facing dog. Good, stretch out the front body, open the collarbones. Breathing out, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right leg comes through. Relax the left heel to the floor. So your left foot is about 45-degree angle. The right toes are pointing forwards. Inhale, warrior one. Warriors are strong and focused. So find somewhere to fix your gaze. And don't be distracted by what's happening around you. Relax the face. Feel the breath. Shift your weight forwards. Stay as you are. Or continue to take more and more weight into that right leg. And to feel wobbly is natural. To need to bring the foot back down is fine. Or you can work the arms, stretching them out to the side so the heart is open, or straight ahead of you to really find that length here through the body. Lift the inside of the left thigh to the earth, to the sky, sorry. And then we'll bring the feet together and fold completely. Find a little sway from side to side. Fingertips to the earth. Walk the feet out as wide as your mat or out to hip width. And slowly, with control, lower the sit bones, bend the knees. Tuck the heels as much as you need to arrive in Malasana or a squat pose. If you need to bring something underneath your heels to help you, then do. Just a blanket or a block underneath the heels can really help. Find that lift in the heart. Space in the throat. Use the elbows, the arms to encourage the thighs and the knees to drive out to either side. Breathe in. Good, and as you breathe out, we can rest the bottom down. It probably feels quite heavy now as it comes down. And scoot yourself back so you've got space. Make sure you've got space to come down behind you. Wrap your arms around the back of the legs. Bring the feet off the floor and just balance here on the tripod of your sit bones and your tailbone. Find that helium balloon tied to the heart and keep that helium balloon lifting high. You can stay hugging just like this, or you might bring the hands to the back of the knees, working the core a little bit more here. You can release the arms out in line with your shins, palms facing the sky. And what we're working as we do this is your core. And that's not so that we have abs like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but it's so that we have strength in the area that supports your spine, your back. That has to last you a lifetime. You don't really get to return those. Let the feet touch down. Use the hands to support you, or with the arms away, you're going to use the entire length of your exhalation to come down onto the back of your body. Rest for a moment. Take a couple of breaths. Settle the heavy bone of the pelvis, the heavy bone of the head, the shoulder blades. Scoop the heels towards you, bring them into the chest. Find a gentle rocking from side to side. Good, and just as we did before, we're going to place one foot down. We'll bring the right foot down, the left foot up, stretch it up to the sky. See if you can feel any more length now at the back of the leg. Bring your left thumb into your hip crease and guide that big thigh bone towards the ground as you reach for your big toe, maybe. And if you can't reach for your big toe, that's fine. Just reach for the back of the leg in some way. You're bringing that leg towards you. Inhale. Good. Exhale, relax it down, swapping sides when you're ready. Lifting the right leg, hooking the right thumb into the hip crease. Guide the thigh bone down as you bring this leg in. Now, if you've got a towel or a scarf or a belt, you could use that. You could wrap that around the ball of the foot and work into this stretch at the back of the leg. Relaxing it down when you're ready. And scooping both knees in. Both knees in and out to the sides. Catch the outer edges of the feet. And relax the weight of both legs. Feel the spine settling into the ground. This is a joyful baby pose. So just in the same way that babies are really pleased to find that they have toes and feet, maybe you could show some interest here. Or take some time to close the eyes. Feel the breath. How is the breath affected by the legs, the position of your body? As you breathe in and out in this position, you are nourishing your digestive system. And that can really help us to digest the types of foods that boost our immunity in the winter. Encouraging a really nice healthy blood flow and circulation in the belly. Keep that breath moving. And then relax the soles of the feet back towards the floor. Taking a moment then, just to work the heels a bit closer to your sit bones. So your heels ideally directly beneath your knees, not too close, but not too far away. Once the feet are in position, have a look towards your knees. And we can do that actually by lifting up the head. As you lift up the head, take a look that the knees are in line with your hip points. And this gives you a chance to massage the back of your head and to create length at the back of the neck as you bring the head back down. Palms rest down. Feel into the softness of both of your feet, the roundedness of your sweet little heels, and the beds of all of your toes. And then on your next breath in, use your feet to press the earth away from you, sweep the arms all the way up and over into bridge pose, nice extended bridge pose. Breathing out, just relax the spine down, let the arms stay where they are. How slowly can you release that spine down like a wave? Good. Inhale, let's lift the hips back up again. We have to go back for the arms. We've gone back for the arms, but this time we forget the legs, so it's just a big circle here, or semicircle with the arms, bringing the hands to rest back alongside the body. Let's go back for the legs, shall we? Inhale. Nice big overhead stretch. See if you can time the movement with the breath. This time the whole movement closes down, arms and spine relax as we breathe out. Now this movement can actually get you to shuffle up and down your mat. So if you notice that you've ended up like, in your next door neighbour's house, just come back to where you were. Find your feet, find your knees. Beautiful sense of inner symmetry. Inhale, lifting all the way up through the hips and through the arms, getting a lovely stretch here in the front body. Exhale, segment by segment, leaving the spine to come down. Inhaling from the tailbone up to the shoulders, we roll the spine off the earth. Keep the hips up as we breathe out, semicircle those arms back to the ground. Inhale, arms sweep up and overhead. Exhale, the whole movement down to the earth again. Good, breathe in, lift the hips once more. You can use the hands to support you here, or you can continue into that lovely big open, heart opening, back bend. You're going to hold that position now. I'll come up to speak to you. See if you can hold that position, the hips lifted, or maybe the hips and the arms lifted, for anywhere between 5, 10 or 20 really nice, controlled breaths. Holding bridge pose or an inversion for this length of time can really allow for the heart to have a rest and allow for the circulation to be reversed, so we get lots of beautiful blood flow into the chest and into the throat and into the head, giving us a lovely little revive, like a cup of coffee but without the stimulant. When you've taken as many comfortable breaths as you like, slowly surrender the spine back down. Give yourself a lovely big hug, so scoop your legs in, scoop your knees in, give yourself a cuddle. And then come to rest. And I mean that in the most open way possible, resting the body down in any way that's comfortable for you. Feel the heaviness of the bones and feel the bones make contact with the ground. Don't hold back on letting go. Let gravity do all of the work here. There is no fight back from you. There is just a surrendering, a release. And as you exhale, maybe as a yawn, maybe as a sigh, take a second to close the eyes. And if closing the eyes is not for you, maybe you've got a house full, or you need to watch out for the dog, or whatever's happening, just soften your gaze, soften your face, soften the expression that you're holding. Feel the outer edges of the eyes, turn down and relax. The muscles here underneath the cheekbones, relax. The jaw relaxes, there's nothing left to be said. And for the next few minutes, absolutely nothing to be done. Feel the whole body relaxing. Get a sense of the outline of your body, how the body looks as it rests. Almost as though you're floating up out of your own body, and viewing yourself from a bird's eye view. Resting down on the ground in the middle of the day. And take pride and take joy in this time that you've given yourself, and in this time that you're still giving yourself now to soak up the practice, soaking up the practice. As you rest your bones and your muscles, feel the ground rising up to hold you, envelop you, hug you, and catch your weight completely. Notice how the breath continues to come and go without any interference from you. There's no need to do anything here. Watch the body take care of itself, watching the body breathing itself. Feeling the body expanding and contracting with each breath. And if you can move beyond the physical breath, maybe into a cellular level or a subtle body level, that's what's happening inside the body. There is this expansion and contraction. Cells expand and contract, so do the organs and the muscles and the soft tissue. So the whole body is constantly pulsating with this perfect ebb and flow. And you're just sitting here soaking it up, nothing else to do. Very, very present here right now, perfect as you are, breathing, resting. Take a couple of breaths here and just enjoy whatever there is to sense, whatever there is to notice in your body. What's good? Feel what's good. The sound of the bell and the sound of my voice are welcoming you back into your body, into the room, into the space. Feel the breath again. You can keep the eyes closed as you just allow yourself time to feel the breath. Inviting movement from the inside out, so let the tongue move in the mouth. Let the eyes move in the sockets. Let the fingers and the toes gently awaken. And then in your own time, in your own way, take whatever stretches you feel your body could do with. What does your body need as it comes back into the day, into the world? And if you lay down on your back, come over onto one side first. So lay on one side, feel your shoulders stacked, your hips stacked, the knees one on top of the other. And just let yourself pause there. There's no rush. And once you've come away from the floor, the rest of your day is ahead of you. So take your time. And then slowly spiral up, up through the top of the head. Bring the hands into the heart space. Closing the practice. Breathing in here. Breathing out, coming as far forward as is comfortable for you. Down to the earth. Inhale, bring the hands into the heart space. Bowing to your grace, your strength. And then as you inhale, let your eyes peep open, palms open. Let the energy of that practice settle. Let the smile come back to your face and ease into the rest of your day. Take your time. Take the practice off the mat into the rest of your day. And I hope that you enjoyed it and that I get to practice with you all again soon. Namaste.